We understand that excessive smartphone and social media use can be harmful to teenagers, and frankly for all of us. But do we really understand why? When we understand what aspects of smartphones and social media may be harmful, we can better help our teens use their devices in healthy, non-harmful ways. Screen time refers to the amount of time spent on devices with display screens, such as smartphones, computers, and televisions. When you focus your attention on such devices, you are accumulating screen time. Studies show how screen time can directly impact a teen's development, physical and mental health. These effects have been shown to be directly related to the content, context, and duration of exposure on these devices. Screen time can have a variety of negative consequences, especially for teenagers. Here are top 10 harmful effects of too much screen time for teenagers, so let's start. Insomnia and poor sleep. Screen time is linked to a host of insomnia symptoms in teenagers. Screen time pushes back bedtime by delaying the release of melatonin, resulting in less restful sleep. Because the majority of teenagers have strict school start times, a later bedtime usually results in less sleep overall and increased next-day sleepiness. Over time, consistently late weekday bedtimes and catch-up sleep on the weekend disrupt the circadian rhythm. The light emitted by electronic devices disrupts the brain's sleep cycle and can prevent you from getting a good night's sleep. According to one study, excessive screen time in teenagers can lead to insomnia symptoms. Teens who spent more than 3 hours per day on screens had a significantly more difficult time falling asleep than those who spent less time on screens. The negative effect of screens may be most harmful in the hours before bedtime. Approximately 90% of Americans report using a technological device less than an hour before going to bed, which can reduce the necessary rapid eye movement sleep that allows you to feel rested the next morning. Experts recommend that you stop using screens ideally 2 hours, or at the least 30 minutes before you go to sleep. Eye strain and headaches. Too much time spent staring at a screen can cause eye strain. When you stare at the blue light from a screen, you tend to blink less, and the movement of the screen makes your vision work harder to focus. We typically do not position the screen at an ideal distance or angle, which can cause added strain. All of these factors add up and can have long-term effects on your vision, especially in teenagers. Eventually, this strain can lead to headaches. Addictive behaviors. Social media and smartphones have only been around for about 20 years, and their effects on humans are still being studied. According to recent research, people can develop addictive behaviors with smartphones and social media, such as constantly thinking about the device or platform and craving to use it, using their smartphone or social media apps to cope or modify their mood, and experiencing withdrawal symptoms when they are unable to access their phone or apps. If these behaviors progress to interfere with everyday life, it is cause for concern. Neck, shoulder, and back pain. Time spent sitting at a desk typing or holding a phone and looking down puts strain on the neck, shoulders, and back. When these positions are held for an extended period of time, they can cause pain and, in some cases, more severe musculoskeletal issues. Text neck is the term used to describe the recent increase in neck pain complaints seen in patients. This is especially seen in the younger populations, who have had no prior history of neck pain or injury. Text neck is a repetitive strain injury that affects the muscles of the neck, shoulders, and even the lower back. This is directly related to how we hold our smart devices, such as cell phones and tablets. A person may spend 2 to 4 hours per day on average using their smartphone. Complaints of neck pain and soreness are the most common symptoms of text neck. Other symptoms of text neck may include headaches. Loss of cognitive ability. One of the most concerning consequences of excessive screen time is its impact on mental health. Too much screen time changes the structure of your brain by shrinking the gray matter responsible for cognitive processes and causing deformity in the white matter that serves as the network for signal communication in the brain. This manifests as poorer concentration, poorer memory, slower information processing, and poorer impulse control effects that are especially concerning in children, whose brains are still developing. Increased risk of obesity. The link between screen time and obesity has been established through the findings of numerous research studies. Too much screen time changes a teenager's lifestyle from active to sedentary, which is the primary cause of obesity. Watching videos and playing games on digital devices are stationary activities. Children lose valuable exercise time when they spend too much time indoors with their devices rather than going outside to play or explore their surroundings. A decrease in physical activity affects not only the number of calories burned, but also the metabolic rate. TV time is always regarded as an excellent opportunity to crack open a bag of chips or down some soft drinks. Because screen time is so indulgent, there are more opportunities for children to reach for snacks while engrossed in their screens. Snacks that children enjoy are frequently addictive, high in calories, and low in nutrient density. Susceptibility to chronic health conditions. Obesity increases your risk of developing chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. Scientific research has shown that sitting for long periods of time while using digital devices can cause an increase in insulin and blood glucose levels, as well as an accumulation of fat in the bloodstream. Spending less time on screens and more on being physically active can definitely help you avoid these problems. Impaired socializing skills. Using digital devices is a largely solitary activity. We don't have much real-life interactions when we are preoccupied with what's happening on the screen. This could result in increased antisocial behavior and feelings of withdrawal. When children spend time on digital devices instead of playing with their friends, they miss out on an important opportunity to develop important social skills. Depression. Cat memes, comedy shows, and the ability to communicate with a friend with a tap can all make people happy. However, staring at a screen for several hours per day can make a person's mood worse. There are numerous studies that show that the more time we spend on our electronic devices, the more likely we are to require depression treatment. According to research, habitual users have higher rates of depression and suicidal ideation, while less frequent users have lower rates. Teenagers who spend too much time on screens may become victims of cyberbullying and suffer from depression or other mental health issues. Lower self-esteem. Finally, spending too much time immersed in the virtual world of screens can have a negative impact on your self-perception. The time you waste that could have been spent developing relationships with others, discovering and honing your passions, and experiencing new things leads to a weakened sense of self-identity and confidence. This problem is exacerbated when you spend the majority of your time on social media sites, because you may end up worrying more about your virtual self-image rather than your real one. Cyberbullying and self-image issues are particularly concerning for children and youth. Electronic devices are an important part of our lives and are not going away anytime soon. However, this does not imply that we should sacrifice our health in order to use screens. Rather than pitting screens against health in an all-or-nothing game, look for ways to make your screen usage more sustainable by checking in with yourself about how you're doing and what you need right now. Small changes in habits, planning ahead, and taking breaks can all help to reduce the harm caused by screens, without requiring you to abandon your devices. So that's it for today. Before you go, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for our channel, so you never miss what we post next.